You were the child of R&B and jump blues, flamenco guitar and mariachi Ritchie Valens. They called you Ritchie. Said Valenzuela was too much for a gringo's tongue, said it would taste bad in their mouths if they said it, so they cut your name in half to Valens, and you swallowed that taste down. Stood tall like a bachuco and signed that contract para su familia, para su música, Ritchie Valens. It was always about your music. You felt it tumble inside your chest as a boy, playing a guitar with only 2 strings, and when your neighbor caught you, you thought he'd be angry over your racket instead. He helped you repair the instrument and taught you how to grip it correctly, and you, left-handed boy, playing a right-handed guitar, repaid him by making the notes fly. You could play and sing at 17. You were signed to Delphi Records, and America wanted to pass you off as Italian, but you did not have old blue eyes. No, yours were young and brown. Brown like the dirt in the San Fernando Valley. Brown like the hands of your tios and tias who worked in the fields for pennies, died inside cantinas with broken hearts. California's hands were filled with hate back then. Bleeding white and brown, master and slave, and there you were. In the midst of it all, young Chicano kid from the barrio on American bandstand, shredding guitar strings while Dick Clark watched. I swear, Ritchie, when I listen, I can hear it all. I can hear the screams from the zoot suit riots. I can hear the young gringo hipsters swarming you after a concert, how you made them laugh and dance in their ballrooms, the children sitting on the bleachers of your middle school swaying to your rhythm and blues, the old men in your neighborhoods watching you play rancheras when they shouted out, "Cántalo muchacho, órale!" How you made them all smile, Ritchie. In a nation at war with itself, ashamed of the blood on its hands, you were never ashamed of who you were. Took an old folk song from Veracruz, La Bamba, swung that Afro-Mexican rhythm into rock and roll, bala bala la bomba, sang all Spanish lyrics at a time when speaking Spanish came with a wooden paddle punishment. You played live at the Apollo while Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley rocked. You were a legend then, Ritchie. Before that night, before you boarded that plane, before you tumbled from the sky like a comet mere months before your 19th birthday, your body frozen near that lake in Wisconsin, the phrase, "What if?" still sits on our tongues. And America is still trying to shape you into Hollywood. Still trying to bleach the memory of your skin. Wrote a movie and said you never spoke Spanish when you understood each cariño your mother placed in your ears as a child. Chalked your death up to superstition and Mexican hoopla. There are myths scattered in your legacy, but I know, Ritchie, we know it was always about your music, and that cannot be disfigured. It plays forever in our hearts. It is trapped inside Carlos Santana's fingertips. It drifts through alleys and walkways, plays on television during commercials, rides up elevators, drifts into backyards where there is some boy, brown and dusty, desperately trying to play a guitar with only 2 strings.